والصلاة والسلام على سيد المرسلين وعلى آله وصحابته أجمعين. سبحانك لا علم لنا إلا ما علمتنا إنك أنت العليم الحكيم. سبحانك لا فهم لنا إلا ما فهمتنا إنك أنت الجواد الكريم. وقل رب زدني علما. قال المصنف رحمه الله تعالى ونفعنا بعلومه في الدارين. قال وعن أبي بكر لكي بن الحارث رضي الله عنه قال قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم ألا أنبئكم بأكبر الكبائر ثلاثا قلنا بلى يا رسول الله. قال الإشراك بالله وعقوق الوالدين. وكان متكئا فجلس فقال ألا وقول الزور وشهادة الزور. فما زال يكررها حتى قلنا ليته سكت. متفق عليه. So continuing with the chapter of the prohibition of the disobedience and non-dutifulness of the parents, and also the breaking of the relations. So in this hadith of Abu Bakr radiallahu ta'ala anhu, famous Sahabi, so he says that Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, should I not inform you of the biggest of the kaba'ir, of the major sins? And he mentioned it 3 times. In other words, he asked 3 times to bring everyone's attention. And so, of course, they said, Bala ya Rasulullah, of course, please do. So he said, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, explaining what is the biggest of the and the most severe of the major sins. So he said, number 1, al-ishraku billah, to join a partner with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, shirk. Secondly, he said, وَعُقُوقُ الْوَالِدَيْنِ, and this is the connection to the chapter, disobedience and undutifulness to the parents. And again, just like the ayats mentioned that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala orders tawheed and then prohibition of disobedience of parents. So similarly in this hadith, it's mentioned right after tawheed. And Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam he was leaning down. So he was sort of casually, it was a casual discourse that he was having with Sahaba, and then he stood up, like now something really, really important is going to come your way, pay close attention. So he said, Allah wa qawl az-zur. And is it not the qawl az-zur means the false witness, perjury, which is going on all the time, either for personal gain or for the help of helping someone else out in their wrongdoing. So again, he kept on saying this, Allah wa qawl az-zur, shahadat az-zur. Qawl az-zur, shahadat az-zur, very similar to perjury, to give false witness, telling lies, and just falsely substantiating anything. Shahadat az-zur, false was particularly in the court of justice. فَمَا زَالَ يُكَرِّرُهَا, and he kept on repeating this until we started saying, he kept on saying, Allah wa qawl az-zur, Allah wa qawl az-zur. Said, Ya laytahu sakat, why? Wouldn't it be good if he would just, take it easy on himself, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, and not, because he was really getting emotional and impressing upon us, that the severity of this, because of course this is not, of course we've mentioned many times that those sins which are connected to the individual, between you and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and the harm, the impact of those sins is on you. But those sins which are impacting others, these are what really carry more sternly. It's a very critical thing to disobey Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala between you and him. But it's even more critical and more, devastating to commit those acts of disobedience which impact others, injustice, tyranny, taking of others' rights, and all of these, this type of situation, perjury, false witness, it's all about, rights, huquq. And the day of Qiyamah, the rights of the people, this is where there's not going to be any mercy, because people are not going to have mercy on one another. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim. He will have mercy on, above and beyond everyone's expectation. But people are going to be looking for one hasana. Nobody's going to have mercy on anybody. Nafsi, nafsi. So may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us tawfiq to understand this importance, looking after the rights of the parents and the relatives, and saying truth no matter what. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give me and all this tawfiq. Ameen thumma ameen wa akhir da'wana alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen.